Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome back to my session B2B placement world. In yesterday's session, I completed multiplication logics in two digit. Guys, I missed that video. Go and watch that video. Definitely, you can able to solve any multiplication. Watch yesterday's video. Now, in this today's session, I'm going to cover square and square root question. Guys, if you're new to our channel, just subscribe our channel and share with your friends who are preparing for different examinations. Content will help their preparation. Everyone whoever in the live session, guys, just like our video, post your answers in the comment section. So let's start with what are the different calculations are there in the square and square root. Guys, if you want to answer any perfect squares, you should good at all those 1 to 25 squares. If you guys are good at 25 squares, I will tell you how to remember remaining square value. First look at this one. 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 9 square 81, 10 square 100, 11 square 121, 12 square 144, 13 square 169, 14 square 196, 15 square 225, 16 square 256, 17 square 289, 18 square 324, 19 square 361, 20 square 400, 21 square 441, 22 square 484, 23 square 529, 24 square 576, and 25 square exactly equal to 625. First, I will tell you the basic approach. Identify any square of those numbers. Guys, if any two-digit number whole square, use this format: a square, 2ab, b square. Here and here, only write single digit. Just write only single digit. Single digit means units place value. And remaining is carry forward that number. Now let's take one of these number here, 14 square. Here, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4. And you know that 14 square is 196. But I will tell you how you are getting that 196. First, a square. A square is 1. 2ab. 2 into 1 into 4. 2 into 1 into 4 is 8. You have to write only single digit. And square of the 4, 16. 16 means write down the units place value. Remaining is carry over. Now, if you go through the calculation, here 14 square exactly equal to 190. Are you clear with this approach? Let's take one more example. Can anyone tell me that what is the square of 28? 28 square is equal to how much? So in this calculation, a is equal to 2, b is equal to 8. Now 2 square is 4. 2ab, 2 into 2 into 8. Total value is 32. 32 means here you can take 2, 3 is carry over. Finally 8 square. 8 square is 64. 64 means 4 here, 6 is carry over. So finally 28 square is equal to 784. Very good. 784. We'll go for a few more examples. Let's take 37 whole square. What is the value of 37 whole square? Here 37 square, a is equal to 3, b is equal to 7. Here 3 square is 9. 2ab, 2 into 3 into 7. 7 3 is 21, 21 2 is 42. 42 means write down 4. So here 4 is a carry over. 7 square is 49. 9, 4. Finally here 9, 6, 30. So 30 is 37 square exactly equal to 136. Very good, Nana. Bhavana, Nalini, N. Narayana. Very good. Mesh. Keep going. Let's take few more examples. Guys, at the end of the session, you have to solve any questions related to the square. Just focus on approach of each and every number. Just focus on that. 64 square. 64 square. What is the answer? Here A is equal to 6, B is equal to 24, 24 2 is 48. 8, 4 is the carry over. 4 square, 16. 6 here, 1 is carry over. So here the answer 6, 9, 0, 4. So 64 square exactly equal to 4096. Guys, improve your fingertip calculations. Why? Because if you go through that any examinations, they won't allow you calculate. That's why improve your finger calculation. Let's take last one. 89 whole square. Make it fast. 89 whole square. 89 square. 8 square 64. 8 nines 72 multiplied by 2 144. 4 14. You have to carry. 9 square 81. 1 8 is carry. Now here 1 8 plus 4 12. 14 plus 4 plus 1 19. Plus 1 7. Here the answer 7921 is the correct. Now are you clear with this approach? AB square. We have to consider the order A square, 2AB, B square. Guys, if you understand this method, give me a thumbs up. Yes. Now, if you observe the one of the format, if any number ends with a 5, let's take this number. 5 square is 25. 15 square, 25. Last two digits are 25. 25 square, last two digits are 25. Guys, if you observe that, if units place is 5, square of that number, last two digits are 25. If you go for 15 square, you know that 15 square is 225. But you should observe these numbers. If units place is 5, last two digit square number is 25. 25 square, again units place is 25. 35 square, units place, last two digits are 25. 45 square, 25. But you have a question, sir. What about the previous? Guys, if you observe 15 square is 225. How you will get 225? 5 square is equal to 25. If units place is 5, square of that number, last two digits are 20. Now, whatever the tens place number here, if 1 is multiplied with the next number, so next number of 1 is 2. So just multiply it. 1 into 2 is equal to 220. Same, here 5 square, last two digits are 25. So just consider the next number of 2. Next number of 2 is 3. 2 3s are 6. Now your answer is 620. Same way, 35 square. 5 square is equal to 25. 3 next number. 3 next number is 4. 3 fours 12. Here 1225 is the correct. Same way, 45 square. Square 5 square last two digits are 25. 4 next number 5. 4 5s are 20. So 45 square is equal to 2025. Is it clear, guys? Now you guys are tell me what is the value of 55 square. 55 square. It's not multiplied with a 2. We should multiply it with the next number. Now, what is the answer for 55 whole square? Now, last two digits 25. 5 next number 6. 5 6 are 30. 3025. Now, same way, can anyone tell me that what is 65 square value? Very good, Nana. 55 square. Last two digits are 25. 6 next number is 7. 6 sevens are 42. 422. Now, hope you understand this method. So, what is the value of 95 square? Ninety-five square is equal to the square of this number. Very good, Nana. See, 5 square last two digits are 25. 9 is multiplied with the next number. 9 tens 90. So it's all about 9025. Very good, Nana. Now you guys guess this question. 115 square is equal to how much? 115 square. 115 square is equal to how much? Now same approach, Nana. 5 square last two digits are 25. And 11, now you have to consider as 11. 11 is multiplied with the next consecutive number 12. 11 12s 132. Now here the answer 13,225 is the correct answer. Yes, keep going, guys. Very good. 13225. Hope you understand this calculation. Guys, we have completed two different methods. First is all about AB square formula. Second one is all about if ends place with a 5. But I will teach you one more method. It's all about base method. Base method. Consider 100 as a base number. Guys, observe this calculation. You can save your time if you understand this one. Now, what is the square of 98? 98 square is equal to how much? You can go through the previous method, but otherwise I will teach you the another method. Guys, observe carefully. If 98 is less than 100 by 2 units, guys, 98 is less than 100 by 2 units. And those 2 units you have to subtract from 98. Step number 1. See, 98 is less than 100 by 2 units. Those 2 units you have to subtract from 98. So, 98 minus 2 is equal to 96. Step number 1. Step number 2, we are subtracting 2. If you are subtracting 2, take square of that number. Square of that number is 4. But you have to write as a 2 digit. Now that's why if 2 square is equal to 4, write down in this way as 0. Now 98 square is equal to 9604. Always you have to write 2 digits. If it is a 4, write down as a 04. If it is a 9, write down as a 0. Let's take, don't worry. I will help you out with another example. 93 square. You know that 93 is less than 100 by 7 units. Now, those 7 units you have to subtract from 93. Step number 1. 93 is less than 100 by 7 units. Then those 7 units you have to subtract from 97 or 93. 93 minus of 7 is exactly equal to 8. Is it clear, guys? Now, how much we are subtracting? 7 units we are subtracting. Consider square of that number. Square of 7 is 49. So, here the answer is 8649 is the correct answer. And it's 8649. We are subtracting 7 units. Don't consider the units place value. 8649. Very good, Nana. Ramesh. Bhavana, check once. We have to subtract 7 units, write down square of 7. 8649 is the correct answer. Very good, Nana. Raji Lakshmi. Ma, check your answer once again. Don't worry, don't worry. Let me help you out. 89 square. Guys, tell me that what is the answer for 89 square? Now see, 89 is less than 100 by 11 units. 89 minus of 11. If 89 minus of 11 is equal to 78. Now, we are subtracting 11 units. Now, you have to consider square of that number. Sir, 11 square is 121. Yes, 121, write only two digits. One should be carried over. So, final answer, 7,921 is the correct answer. Yes, very good, Nana. Very good, Raj. Shruti, Ramesh. Very good. Keep going. That's right. Just remember all the 25 squares. If you remember 25 squares, you can able to solve any questions related to squares other than 25. Guys, these questions you can expect in simplifications, guys. That's why you should learn all these things. Let's take 85 square. What is the answer for 85 square? 85 square. And don't use the method. You know the logic for 5, right? Then 5 square is equal to 25. 8 is multiplied with the next number 9. 8 nines 72. So answer 7,225. Sorry, 72,000. 7,225. Yes, very good, Nandana. We'll move on to the next one. 81 square. What is 81 square value? Very good, Nana Geetika, Satyanarayan. 81 square. Now, 81 is less than 100 by 19 units. Step number 1. 81 is less than 100 by 19 units. Those 19 units you have to subtract from 81. Step number 1. Now, if 81 minus of 19, so what is the difference? What is the difference? 81 and 19. Just find the difference. 81 minus 19 is exactly equal to 62. Now we are subtracting 19. That's why I told you clearly you have to remember all those 25 squares now. If you know the 19 square, then only you will get the answer for 81. 19 square. 19 square is 360. Write down 3 here, 6 here, 1 here. Final answer 6, 5, 6, 1. 5, 6, 1 is the correct answer. Now let me take a new numbers. Sir, if question is related for 52 square, then what is the approach? If you take, if you want 52 square. Now, if you consider base as 100, then 52 is less than 100 by 48 units. But we don't know the 48 square number. We know only 1 to 25 squares number. If you want 52 square, you can't take the base value as 100. You have to change the base value. Now, we are changing the base value to 50. Why? Because if you take 100 as a base value, you must know the value of 48 square. But we don't know the 48 square. As per my instruction, you have to remember only 25 squares. That's why. Now we are changing the base. If you are changing the base as a 50, then 100 become 50. We are dividing 100 by 2. If 100 divided by 2, you will get 50. Now use the same format. Now, 52 is more than 50, guys. 52 is more than 50 by 2 units. 50 2 is more than 50 by 2 units. Now, sum of 52 and 52 is 54. But you are changing the base as a 50, then you have to divide it by 2. If you divide it by 2, you will get the value of 27. Is it clear? And as step number 1, we are changing the base. We are changing the base as 50. Now 52 is more than 50 by 2 units. And those 2 units you have to add to the 52. Now 52 plus 2 is equal to 54. According to the base change, we have to divide by 2. If 52 is divided by 2, now the value becomes 27. Now, we are adding 2. Now, square of the 2 is exactly equal to 4. You have to write as a 2 digits. That's why answer is 270. Guys, is it clear? Let's take one more example. Let's take one more example. I will help you out. Sir, 47 square. 47 square. What is the answer for 47 square? Now, I'm taking instead of 100, I'm taking 50 as a base. Means if 100 is multiplied by 1 by 2, you will get 50. Now 47 is less than 50 by 3 units. If it is a less, you have to subtract. Now 47 minus of 3. 47 minus of 3 is exactly equal to 44. 44. Now if it is a 44, according to the base, you have to divide it by 2. If 44 is divided by 2, here the value is 22. Now we are subtracting 3 units. Square of 3, 0. Your answer is 220. You clear? Sorry, let's go with the one more example. 44 square. Can anyone tell me that what is the square of 44? Now 44 is less than 100 by 4 units. 44 minus of 6 is 38. Now 38 is divided by 2. Exactly equal to 19 units. If you are subtracting 6, you have to take square of that number. Square of 36 is, sorry, square of 6 is 36. Answer 1936. Very good, Nana. 62 whole square. 62 whole square. Guys, everyone like our video. If you like our video, it reaches to the maximum number of people. Like our video. Now, 62 is more than 50 by 12 units. Now, 62 plus 12 is equal to 74. Now, 74 is divided by 2. Here the number is 37. 37. Now, we are adding 12 units means you have to take square of the 12. 12 square is equal to 144. Write down 1 here, 4 here, 4 here. Finally, 3844 is the correct answer. Very good, Nana. 3844. Nana, 3844. Very good, Nana. And this is the last question. Let's take 78 square. Now, what is your answer? 78 square. Is it nearer to the 50 base or nearer to the 100 as a base? Consider the nearest base value. Why? Because you know the squares of 1 to 25. According to, you have to consider the bases. 78 is nearer to the 100. Don't consider base as a 50. If you consider base as a 50, you must know the value of 28 square. Why? Because 78 is more than 50 by 28 units. We don't know the 28 square value. That's why now I am taking 100 as a base. If 100 as a base, 78 is less than 100 by 22. If 78 minus 22, here the value become 56. Now we are subtracting 22 units means square of 22. Square of 22, you know that 484. Write down 484. Now answer 6084 is the correct. Guys, these are the methods to identify any square value from 1 to 1. Now you guys are try for more than 100 square. You just try more than 100 square. If you are unable to get any answer, definitely in next session I will help you. But you should try same approaches for 120 square, 130 square, 149 square, whatever. I will help you out for only one number. Try remaining one. 108 square. Now same approach. 108 is more than 100 by 8 units. Now you have to add 108 plus 8 is equal to 160. Now we are adding 8 units. 8 is multiplied means square of the 8 is exactly equal to 60. It's clear? 11664. Yes, Satyanarayana, what's your doubt? Very good. Now. 11664 is the correct answer. So you guys are try for more than hundreds. You just try for 220, 212, 213, whatever the different numbers. You just try same approach. But I will give the few hints to you. If you consider 200, then 100. If you consider 200 as a base, you should multiply it. Why? Because if it is a 50 base, we are taking off. If you consider 200 as a base, you have to double it. Means you have to multiply it by 2 times. Practice some questions. Hope it's clear. All the square of those numbers. Now, we'll talk about square roots. We'll talk about square roots. Now, if you observe square of all those numbers, 1 square units place is 1, 2 square units place 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 9 square 81, 10 square 100. But if you go through these 10 references, you can observe the common point. Yes, there is a one common point here. Units place 1 is repeated in 1 square and 9 square. Guys, if you go through that any square of those numbers, units place is either 1 or 4 or 9 or 6 or 5. You can see these numbers only, including 0 also. You never get any other number as a units place. If you go through that any square of those numbers. That's why here 1 is repeated in 1 square and 9 square. Same way, 4 is repeated in 2 square and 8 square. Now 3 square, 9 is repeated in 3 square and 7 square. 3 square and 7 square. And 6 is repeated in 4 square and 6 square. Now if you observe that 1496, these 4 digits which are repeated after 5, before 5. You can able to see every units place is repeated 2 times. That repetition occurs before 5, after 5. That is an important observation. Point number 1. And point number 2, you know the logic for 5 square. If you want 45 square, you know the answer. 5 square is 25. 4 next number, 4 5 is 20. So here 45 square value is 202. If you have these two observations, then you can solve any questions related to the perfect square. Don't worry, I will help you out with a few examples. Later, you can able to solve any questions. Yes. Now, let's start with this basic question. For your better understanding, I will start with the smaller numbers. Later, we are going to deal with the huge numbers also. Now, first one, you know all this already, this number. Root over 676. So, what is the square root of this number? Guys, just go with this procedure, understand and remember this step by step process also. Step number one. For your convenience, I will write here also. Separate last two digits. It is a three-digit number. Step number one says that separate last two digits. Separate last two digits. That is step number one. And step number two, identify units place value. Identify units place value. You know that, see, units place value is 6. 6 as a units place in any perfect square. It is occur in 4 square and 6 square only. If units place is 4 square or 6 square, definitely in resultant units place must be 6 only. You can able to see here. 4 square is 16, 6 square is 36. Step number one, separate last two digits. Step number two, identify the units place. Then you will get the units place square number. Now step number three, consider the previous. Consider the previous digits. Now here, previous we have a one digit. Either it can left with a one digit or two digit or three digits. So how many digits are there doesn't matter. Just consider those digits and identify that. And identify it lies between which of the square numbers? Which of the square numbers? Don't worry, I will repeat this step. Now 6 is repeated between, means lies between 2 square and 3 squares. That is the exact point. So we left with a 6 and 6 is means lies between 2 square and 3 square. Out of those two references, consider the least. Consider the least value. Means 6 is lies between 2 square and 3 square and consider the least value. Here the least value is 2. Now your answer is either 24 square or 26 square. Now how we are going to decide our answer? With the help of 25 square. And you know that 25 square, 5 square is 25. 2 next number is 3. 2 3s are 6. So total answer is 625. Now you can compare these two values. 676 is greater than 625. 676 is greater than 625. Definitely your answer should be after 25. After 25 we have a one option. That's why square root of 676 exactly equal to 20. Is it clear? Don't worry. Let me take another example. I won't give any gaps here. Let me take another example for better understanding. 1521. Step number 1. Separate last two digits. Step number 2. 1 as a units place you can able to see in 1 square and a 9 square. Now we left with the two digits. Those are 1 and 5, 15. 15 is lies between 3 square and a 4 square. 15 is lies between 3 square and 4 square. Out of these two numbers, consider the minimum. Now your answer is either 31 square or 39 square. Now how we are going to decide? With the help of 35 square. 35 square, you know the logic. 3 4s 12, 5 square is 25. Now you can compare the values. 1521 is greater than the 1225. If 1521 is greater than 1225, your answer should be after 35 square. After 35 square, we have only one value, that is 39 square. That's why under the root of 1521 value is equal to 9. Is it clear, guys? I go for few examples. 1521 is greater than the 1225. Jyoti, the greater. So answer must be after 35. Don't choose 31. No, it's a 39. Let's practice few examples. Root over 5329. Give me the answer. Now separate last two digits. Units place 9. You can able to see 3, 7. 53 is lies between 7 square and 8 square. So your answer, you have to consider the minimum. Your answer is either 73 square or 77 square. Now it is completely depends on 75 square. 5 square is 25. 7 is multiplied with the 8 times 56. The 5625. 5329 is less than. 5329 is less than 5625. Now your answer is very good, Nana. 73 is the correct answer. Hope you understand. Nana, this is applicable for two-digit number or three-digit number or four-digit number, five-digit number, six-digit number, and seven-digit number. Same approach. 9604. 9604. Very good, Nana Satyan. Correct. 73. 9604. Units place 4. You can able to see into 8. 96 is lies between 9 square and 10 square. 92, 98. Your reference is 95 square. 9025. So 9604 is more than 9025. So your answer must be 98. That's it. Hope you enjoy the session, guys. So we are in this session. We covered squares and square roots. Practice few questions. Don't stop here. You can practice five-digit number. You can practice six-digit number also. Just practice few examples. Later you can able to solve any questions in either squares or square. If you want this PDF, you can download from my Telegram channel V2VBK. You can get my channel Vision to Victory and download this PDF. And follow us on Insta also, Vision to Victory. This is my Instagram page. Follow us. We'll update all the content and all the notification information in my Telegram channel and Instagram channel, guys. Hope you enjoy the session. I will give you a few questions for you guys. Just post your answer in the comment section. 93 square, 88 square, 85 square. Just try these questions and post your answer in the comment section. 6084, 4489, 116. This is for you guys. Try to solve this question and post your answer in the comment section. Until the next session, have a nice day. Good night, guys.